Okay, so in this clip, we're going to look at a concept called percentage composition by mass. And it's going to look at how we begin to utilize relative atomic masses and subsequently relative formula masses in analyzing chemical situations. So if we take a random compound, first of all, and we'll take ethane, a C2H6 molecule, and as I say, a random compound. And what we'll do is we'll make up a question which suggests what is the percentage composition of carbon with respect to this molecule. And so the first instance of any question of this variety is to try to evaluate the relative formula mass of the compound. And so what we need to do is analyze the elements within the compound. And so we've got carbon 12 atoms and we've got hydrogen 1 atoms within one molecule of an ethane compound. So we have 2 lots of the carbon indicated by the C2, and we have 6 lots of the hydrogen indicated by the 6. And so, as we know now, we've started to look at that we take the mass number, we multiply by the number of the atoms within the compound. So that gives us 24 grams because of the carbon contribution, 6 grams because of the hydrogen contribution, and therefore a total mass of 30 grams. So again, to recap, that would be the mass of 1 mole of ethane molecules. It would weigh 30 grams. So the question then is asking us, what is the percentage of that molecule which is carbon by mass? And so we've got the numbers because we just used them, and we know then that the total mass of the compound is 30, but we also know in the process of generating that value of 30 that 24 grams of that compound was due to the carbon. And so what we therefore have is a percentage fraction calculation whereby the percentage is equal to the mass due to the element you're looking at, 24 in this case, divided by the total mass of the substance, and then obviously multiplied by 100 in order to get you to a percentage. And so for these calculations, it is always useful to have your calculator at hand, and so that will give you a value of 80%. So 80% of the mass of ethane is due to carbon. Within a 2-element compound such as ethane, the remaining mass would be hydrogen. So sometimes you can work via contributions. So you would know that the hydrogen would have been 20% to make up the full component of the compound. But that's one example of how we would use relative molecular masses in a specific question based around percentage composition.